You know the feeling, it's that little thing that, for whatever reason, just gets under your skin. We all have them, these small, tiny annoyances that can totally drive us up the wall. Right? We've all been there. You're just trying to have a normal day, everything's fine, and then, bam. Someone does that one little thing. And you know it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. But in that moment, oh, it is the most infuriating thing on the planet.
And of course, because we're human, we couldn't just leave that feeling alone. We had to give it a name, a proper label for these very specific, very personal little irritations.
And there it is, a pet peeve. Now, the two most important words in that definition are minor and particularly irritating. See, it's not a huge problem, but it's your problem. It's that one thing that seems to bother you way more than it bothers anyone else. So, what kind of things are we talking about here? Let's dive into a little catalog of common annoyances. And I bet you're going to see a few on this list that make you nod your head. So it's pretty interesting. You can kind of group these into a couple of big categories. On one side, you've got the noises, right? The things that invade your ears, like someone chewing super loudly or talking through a movie. And then on the other side, you have the behaviors, people who interrupt you, rude salespeople, or my personal favorite, leaving dirty dishes in the sink. I'm guessing a few of these are hitting pretty close to home for you right now. But, here's the really wild part about pet peeves. It's not just about having them. It's about talking about them. It turns out, complaining about the stuff that drives us nuts is actually a huge way we connect with each other. So to see exactly how this works, let's listen in on a conversation between two friends, Marco and Jenny. Just watch how they find common ground over their shared frustrations. Okay, so Marco kicks it off. He just had one of those classic experiences that we can all relate to, right? His movie night was basically ruined by someone else's bad behavior. You can just feel the annoyance coming off him. And there it is, the magic phrase, I can't stand it when. I mean, that is just the perfect way to launch into a rant, isn't it? It's so direct, it's emotional, and it lets everyone know you are about to vent. Now, pay close attention to Jenny's response here, because it's perfect. She doesn't just agree, she validates him. She says, yeah, I know what you mean. That right there is what turns a simple complaint into a real connection. They are literally bonding over being annoyed. And once that door is open, the floodgates just burst. They start building on it, right? Adding more and more related pet peeves. The loud popcorn chewing, the bright glow of a phone screen in a dark theater, the people who leave their trash. Suddenly, they've created this whole little club of shared movie theater annoyances. Okay, so this brings up a really good question. We saw how well Jenny handled it, but what is the best way to respond when someone shares one of their pet peeves with you? How do you show them you actually get it? Well, this breaks it down perfectly. First, just notice. A simple, hey, you look upset, shows you're actually paying attention. Then, step 2, you relate. And that phrase, that's one of my pet peeves too, is like magic. From there, you can even team up on a solution, which makes you feel like you're in it together. And finally, you try to end on a high note. It's such a simple formula, but it really, really works. All right, so what's the big takeaway from all of this? What's the real point of us sharing all these little things that bug us? Let's boil it all down. This is it. This is the whole shebang. When we share what annoys us and someone else goes, oh my gosh, me too, we're doing so much more than just complaining. We're actually confirming that we see the world in a similar way. We're building this little moment of community over a shared frustration. It's a weird but totally human way of connecting with people. And so that brings us right back to you. After all this talk, think about it for a second. What's that one tiny, little, insignificant thing that just gets on your last nerve? What's the one thing that you just can't stand?